Of course, there are things that people do not tell you about quitting alcohol. First one that comes to my mind is you want to do so much. It's as if you wake up, right? Because you're no longer drinking. You no longer have the brain fog. You no longer need hours to rest it off. And it's this new burst of energy and this internalized FOMO of what could have. You go through this stream of like, I could have been done that. Oh my gosh, how much time I spent drinking. And you just start to like psychologically and maybe literally count out the time that you've wasted being drunk, being tipsy, whatever, and all the stuff that came with that never really feels good. And you're like, I want that time back. And so there's like this rush, this almost like new set adrenaline in your body that's like, okay, now I got to create that to-do list, that bucket list, and I have to start checking these things off because it's so important that I do these things now. I have to start now. So be patient with yourself. If you're there, be patient with yourself. When that time comes for you, be patient with yourself because you don't want it to get you down any worse that you've already been feeling, okay? And I'll touch on that a little bit in the soon too, because that is a part, there's another aspect of why I do say for you to be patient with yourself and be kind to yourself, ultimately be kind. And the act of patience comes from kindness when it comes to something like this and learning how to slow down and feel the feels. So, yes, there is this certain burst of energy that you do get that makes you want to do all the things you have yet to do. So it makes you an adventurer. It makes you a seeker. Your curiosity flourishes. And this is when new hobbies are created, which is number 2. New hobbies. You will create new hobbies. And or you will look at the things that you didn't do, that you set aside, that caught you so much interest, whether it is learning how to play guitar, whether that is, researching a certain topic, whatever it may be. For me, it was astrology. I've been an astro nerd before it was cool to be an astro nerd. I'm talking about years ago. I was always big on astrology. So I literally got a scholarship to study astrology. And I was able to put my mind space there to get a thorough education of Hellenistic astrology. And that was something I never really saw my past self envisioning my future self doing necessarily. I just knew that I had started to really get curious and was surrounding myself with more podcasts, with more books, self-educating myself on astrology, that it just flourished in that direction. So the time and energy that I was using once to hit the booze, hit the bottle, I was actually just, now my mind was taking in all this information that's beneficial for me and my astrology goals, but it's something that I never really saw the seed of, like, I always wanted to be an astrologer or anything like that. No, it just kind of came with having the absence of booze. So new hobbies will be created, new interest will be started, and that is beautiful because I believe we are lifelong learners. This is what life is about. And giving ourselves room to explore and play is a necessity for being a human being. So engage in that when that time comes. You are going to enjoy that so much. Oh, now, the third thing that people do not tell you about quitting alcohol is the emotions and how you feel every single emotion, as if every single emotion has a pulse. There is a literal inside out in your head. You know that Pixar movie or what have you? There are these emotions in your head and you can feel them now because you don't have the alcohol numbing your emotions. So it can be kind of, it's a weird feeling sometimes. It's a little, not icky or anything like that, but it's just like, oh, this is what this is all about. And this is where things can get a little intense, because when you feel the feels, you're going to feel the feels, and those feelings can be good and bad. So it's kind of like, wow, where did that come from? It's not like mood swings. It's more like having these little toddlers with these different personalities come to life within you. So you you acknowledge them and you go, hi. And you have to learn to sit with them. And this is where I think you can bring in the energy of that curiosity, the new hobbies that you want to create, paired with your emotions, and like write things out. Okay. So next thing you know, you're writing a really cool poem that expresses, you know, your anxiety, your anger, your frustration, your jealousy, your fill in the blank, and you get it out. And once it's out, it's like, all I had to do was just pay attention to you. All I had to do is release you. Thank you for showing me your, for me hearing your pulse, because I was able to actually honor it and do the things that are good for you, good for me, good for those emotions, good for all of it. So that is very, it's new, it's intense. And then you just realize how much of a human being you are. Your compassion grows because, you reflect on yourself and your past self, and you kind of just look like, man, I can see why you're in. I mean, these are emotions that you have to deal with now. It's okay. Hold your hand, hold your own little hand, take that little baby picture of yourself, put it in a frame, whatever you need to do to send yourself love at a time like this. Your emotions are raw. They're meant to be kind with yourself when it comes to that too. And so the fourth thing, or the last thing I will touch on in this video when it comes to what people do not tell you about quitting alcohol, is that you're going to want deeper connections, deeper conversations. You are going to crave this. And it's beautiful. You might know already in your mind what kind of people you will be gravitating toward a little bit more when you stop drinking alcohol. You may have already put yourself mentally in situations where you see them more often, or people that you admire that are friends or family members that like, when I get to this point, I really want to, hang out with them more, or I really have a great time talking to such and such because they're so awesome, the stuff that they know. It gives you the power to be mindful of your choices when it comes to who you hang out with, because that's so important. That saying, you are the company you keep. It's so true. So, it's like whoever you're around, the energy they put out, the things that they're even are interested in, the things that they talk about, is going to impact you in some way. It's just the way that it works. So you'll start craving for deeper conversations, deeper relationships that have more soul and substance to them. I think that's a beautiful thing, because it literally forces you to grow in that way. So dropping the booze is literally a glow up in many different ways that you don't really recognize until you let it go It's a process. Once again, you will feel the feels. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind with yourself. Patient. Yes. Honor those feelings. Work them out through artistic endeavors, through therapy, combination, whatever. Get it up and out of you. Yes, you will become more of interest. Yes, you will get more involved in your hobbies and your interests. And yes, you will have deeper, realer, fuller connections. So, baby, it's going to get very, very beautiful if it hasn't already started. So, those are just a few things that people really don't tell you about when you quit alcohol.